Well, the story starts on a somber note.
And it just gets somberer as the story progressed. Hey, Commander Fennec here. And what do you do when a major character dies? You mourn, and then, hard as it may be, you move on with your life.
It's pretty awkward, though, what with Spencer's clone Ian being on the ship.
And that's pretty much what sort of happens here. And the writers certainly weren't subtle about the uncomfortableness. Okay, we have two plot threads. I'm ignoring the Angus and Alicia one as it doesn't really move the story along at all. It's just a couple of short scenes anyway, with a problem that's introduced and resolved just as quickly. On the one hand, Dr. Marsh, Garnet, and Ian are zapped by the FTL drive, and on the other, Bryce has to take charge. And he's not a very good leader at first, feeling he's got to be in control of everyone and everything.
Yeah, like wanting to help in engineering or do an operation in sickbay. I wouldn't let a pilot anywhere near my sickbay.
But a little friendly advice by Angus, the impromptu bartender, turns him into an excellent leader. Instant character growth. Yeah, lightning fast development, but satisfying nonetheless. So, the bulk of the episode centers around those three zapped crew members who wake up alone in the ship. It's like the Thorian web, when Kirk had a universe all to himself.
Or the Mark of Gideon.
Well, we've seen previously how the FTL drive can connect to different realities, so here it could be that they were just sent to an empty one. Which makes little sense, because they move their empty ship in space over what to them is decades, even through a wormhole. But somehow they're still linked to their bodies on the real Arc 1.
Think of it more as being in a shared dream, Commander.
And time moves faster there. Kind of like the inner light when Picard lives a lifetime in a few minutes.
At least they were together.
And there's a connection with the brain implant Dr. Marsh had. Well, the writers needed a way to get him out of that trance early, and also a way to get the others out later on too. Yeah, that's just standard technobabble. Stuff that never existed before, never mentioned before, yet turns out to be crucial for this episode. It's easy writing, but they needed a MacGuffin to make the whole story happen, so I'm okay with that. And really, the best and most touching part was seeing Garnet and Ian grow closer together over the years. And the old age makeup was actually pretty well done, I thought.
Seeing their relationship grow was really lovely, actually.
It was, wasn't it? Okay, let's compare this to another episode from a different franchise. Stargate SG-1's Unending. Same concept. Characters trapped in a time bubble, living a lifetime on a spaceship, where we see them grow old, fall in love, only for everything to be reset by the end.
Except for Tilt.
True, he's the only one who remembers what happened during the decades, but everyone else was reset, which was unsatisfying, but that was the nature of the beast. Here, however, Dr. Marsh, Garnet, and Ian remember what happened to them.
That means it's just like in the Inner Light, where Picard grew as a person as a result of his experience.
Oh, except here, growth seems to have been reset, for Garnet at least. She and Ian lived a lifetime on their own, 50, 60, maybe even 70 years together. They grew together, they loved each other, they cared for one another, and when they got out, because of course they would, Garnet becomes distant again and goes back to mourning Spence? I'm not sure that works. It doesn't show Garnet as vulnerable or emotional, but rather cold and conniving, like she only pretended to love Ian during all those years because, what? They were stuck with each other, and maybe, just maybe, none of what they were experiencing was real? Which means she lived a lie all that time? That's just wrong. I mean, yeah, mourn a person you loved, but by the end of this story, she had lived with Ian for decades, far longer than any time she spent with Spence, and that meant nothing to her? It really didn't work for me. Ha! Clearly. It just feels like a missed opportunity. Or maybe this will be expanded upon next episode. Well, it would have worked better had she cried and mourned deeply before the incident happened. Retrospective mourning decades after the fact, as far as she's concerned, feels overindulgent, I'm afraid, especially since we saw her grow to like Ian, get over the fact he looked like Spence, and enjoy her time with him. For nothing, it seems. It's a shame, because this could have been another great episode were it not for those last few minutes.